Hey guys, it's Clash News here today, and today we're going to go over the top 4 decks in Clash Royale tournaments. So here's the Giant Prince Magic Archer deck, and the shortest cycle is 10 Elixir if you use the 4 cheapest cards in the deck: Skeleton, Snowball, Mega Minion, and Hunter. Also, be careful using the Magic Archer because it's the only card that can activate Crown Tower if they use Tornado. The tips are, you can use Lightning and kill buildings or support troops, so your Giant can support troops and get to the tower. You can also use Cycle Giant in the back only if you're high in Elixir and can defend any card they play. If you can't get any card to the tower, you can also always cycle Lightning, or any card they play close to the tower that gives you value. Usually, you should defend during regular Elixir and attack during double Elixir, unless they play a tank in the back. Next, cycle Magic Archer or Hunter so that one baits out their heavy spell, and then you're free to use the other card. Lastly, you can use Prince freely because you will either have the Mega Minion or Hunter to kill their tank. Now here's the Fireball Bait deck, and the shortest cycle is 11 Elixir if you use the 4 cheapest cards in the deck: Skeletons, Log, Goblin Cage, and Hunter. Also, be careful when using Rascals, Royal Hogs, and Magic Archer, because they can all activate King Tower when they use Tornado. The tips are, first, you can always use Goblin Cage as a cycle card because they will either have to defend it immediately or later. Next, you should split Royal Hogs according to damage or according to their Royal Hog counters. Also, you can use Fireball Bait cards to your advantage, and when they waste their spell, use your Swarm cards. Lastly, don't be afraid to cycle spells on tower, but try to get value. For example, if they play Musketeer in the back, use your spell. Lastly, don't be afraid to cycle spells on the tower, but try to get value. For example, if they cycle Musketeer in the back, use your heavy spell to kill the Musketeer and take damage on the tower. Now this is the Goblin Giant Sparky deck, which has a cycle of 13 Elixir using the cards Snowball, Mega Minion, Goblin Cage, and Dark Prince. If you use this deck, just be careful with the Dark Prince and Electro Wizard because they can activate Crown Tower if the opponent has NATO. The tips are, first, this is a defensive deck during normal Elixir, so don't push unless they waste a lot of Elixir on a tank or a push. Also, when it is double Elixir, that's when you play Sparky in the back, and when you can, play the Goblin Giant in front of it before Sparky crosses bridge. If you can't do that, play Goblin Giant in the back, and then you can play Sparky behind that. Lastly, when you use Lightning, you should always use it against their support troops, so that Sparky can get a hit on the tower, because Sparky does more damage than Goblin Giant or Lightning. This is a P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam deck, and it has a cycle of 13 Elixir using Snowball, Bandit, Battle Ram, and Poison. If you use this deck, be careful with the Dark Prince, Bandit, Magic Archer, and Electro Wizard, because they can activate the Crown Tower if the opponent has Tornado. The tips are, first off, always be ready to bridge spam if they waste a lot of Elixir. Next, always be ready to chip the tower with the Magic Archer. Next, if you cycle P.E.K.K.A., cycle P.E.K.K.A. in the back so you can regain your Elixir by the time it gets to the bridge. If not, if they play a Hog Rider, you can play the P.E.K.K.A. on the Hog Rider instead of playing it at the back. Next, you can always cycle Battle Rams and Dark Princes, so don't be scared to do that. Lastly, don't be afraid to cycle spells on the tower as long as you get value.